proud moment when my sister Sarah told me she was starting her makeup business. I really wanted to help her start off well. So when she said to me,
Brother Tunji, shake body now and support my ministry,
I answered, the support you need now is an Avon HMO health plan.
An Avon HMO health plan?
Yes, dear. I explained that because her health is very important, with an Avon HMO health plan, she won't have to self-medicate or spend money on hospital bills. Finally, I said, I'll subscribe for you online and pay for the first year. But from next year, you'll renew it by yourself.
Hey, thank you, brother me.
Visit AvonHealthcare.com on your phone to buy your plan in just 3 easy steps. It's that fast and simple.
Avon HMO, empowering you to live healthier, fuller lives.
Smooth Health on the Drive.
It's a global observation that helps raise people's awareness.
Get health information and tips for optimal well-being.
How to prevent it, detect or treat it.
This is Smooth Health on the Drive.
Smooth Health on the Drive, in association with Avon HMO.
And Lagos, you are welcome inside of Smooth Health here. Practical tips for healthy living brought to you by Avon HMO. We are the Mukmaz, and we are being joined in the studio by the good doctor herself, Dr. Chibuki.
Welcome.
Hey,
one more time. Sorry, doctor. One more time for those in the back. Welcome, Dr. Chibuki. All right.
I'm sure you already know Lagos doctor. The doctor's got 7 years of experience in both clinical and non-clinical medicine. We always have to say this. In her medical journey, she has experienced a general medical practice as well as a provider and claims management. She is currently with Avon HMO, and that's why she's here every Thursday as the Quality Improvement Manager, a role that sees her measuring and monitoring daily patients' treatments, outcomes, especially in chronic diseases as diabetes, hepatitis, and hypertension. Would you like me to read this the next time you come?
I don't mind. It's always good to give them a reminder of exactly who you are.
So,
it's almost 8 years though.
8 years?
Yeah,
okay, so edit it. So, today we're going to be talking about what you need to know about STDs. Unedited. What you need to know about STDs, and I'm sure Lagos got a lot of questions out there, so don't you worry.
Yeah, Lagos, if you have questions, please send them over to 0809-444-0981.
To remember now, we're going to give you at the end of the show ways with which you can reach Avon HMO for more questions, but right now let's have as many as we can so we can ask the good doctor while we're here. So, doctor, what's an STD?
STDs are diseases that are contacted via sexual activities. These days, sexual activities
it's a lot of things.
A lot of things, right? It's not just vaginal penetration that counts as. In fact, we might, off the top of our head, you say there are 3 things, 3 ways, 3 vaginal. Can I say that?
Oh yeah, sure, of course.
Okay.
You're a doctor. Health show, and you're a doctor.
Okay,
I can't say it.
So you can, we will say oral sex, anal sex, vaginal sex. However, I mean, we have many more orifices. Things people are getting very freaky these days. So anywhere you would have or
penetration, basically.
Yes, and get sexual satisfaction, you can get diseases from there.
Let me add one more to it. The fact that there okay, maybe I should ask a question. People use the sex dolls now and their machines and gadgets and stuff like that. Can you actually get an STD with one of these?
So just like you would be monogamous with one person, if you're just using the toy all by yourself, you shouldn't get any STD from there. But if you're sharing sexual toys, then yes, you could get STDs.
So how does one know exactly if they've got any?
The funny thing is, like 99% of the times, there are usually no symptoms,
Really?
Yes. The commonest, abroad, is chlamydia. Here is gonorrhea. Initially,
the most common STD in Nigeria is gonorrhea.
So a lot of us are walking around. 50% of us
You got gonorrhea? Is it like...
No, not gonorrhea. Between the ages of 0 to 25. Hawa is always the alarmist in this studio.
If you are not taking... Hawa, get a hold of yourself. If you're like this, how should
Hawa is always the one scaring Lagos.
I'm sorry,
but
gonorrhea is serious.
Drop your pen and everything.
It's just like, what? I didn't...
Watching her chest.
The statistics are wild.
Yeah, but then the statistics shows us that, before the age of 25, 50% of us would have had an STD.
And gonorrhea is the incurable one, right?
No. It's very curable.
Okay.
It's people don't admit that they ever have had it, but it's curable.
Yes. So
Are you about to ask me if I've had it?
I'm not going to ask you. No, we're 4 in this room. We are 4 in this room.
I'm not going to
He
answer.
definitely had it. If there's 4 you see how I'm clutching my chest? Me, I don't know these things.
Statistically.
Nobody said you do now.
But definitely Mazino had it.
50%
So
of
we're 4 in this room.
are walking about with it.
My just walked out.
So increase our chances. So the statistics are very crazy, and most of the times we walk around not knowing we have these things, right, until we become symptomatic. And the symptoms are very alike. Most of them have vague symptoms that are common across board. Say, for instance, chlamydia. Chlamydia is the number 1 cause of infertility. When the infertility linked to STDs, chlamydia is the number 1 culprit. And then
No, go on.
Okay, chlamydia is the number 1 culprit, and what happens is that you don't even know you have it. However, that you could have signs over time.
Isn't it like guys don't show symptoms but girls do, or is it girls that show symptoms and guys do?
Okay,
One
so
or the other.
so that's a good one. Yes, for majority of the STDs, you have females coming who are more symptomatic than men, but there are females who might not have any symptoms as well. The asymptomatic. I really science students. I try not to use this
Science
term.
student.
Literally and figuratively now. The one we talk about, those ones that they mixed
It's
in.
because they've told you about your gonorrhea. That's why you know.
Okay, so
that's why he knows the words and
So we what was I saying? Yes. So for most of us, we have vague symptoms, right? Pain during sex.
Okay.
Pain during
That's a
urination.
symptom?
Oh, that's a symptom.
Of what exactly now? Chlamydia, gonorrhea?
Chlamydia, gonorrhea,
Generally.
syphilis. Most of them, about
STDs,
90% of the STDs, right? Dyspareunia, yes. So pain. So I'm about to say something. I'm trying to put it in there. Okay, so you know that sexual activity can result in pain, sweet pain, but there's a pain that's not so sweet. That's the pain we're talking about. There's a pain.
Oh, you'll know the difference.
How will you know the difference?
If someone slaps
So
your
up to
hand,
the next
you won't know
one.
the difference between someone petting your hand and slapping it.
On to the next one.
I'm just still trying to get that.
Pee. When there's pain when you pee, dysuria.
Okay.
It is a symptom of STD.
And this
when you
with
have
men or women?
both ways. For men, there's usually a burning sensation. For women, it's more of pain.
I've got a question that's based more around anatomy than anything else. Now, so the male organ and urinary tract
urinary system
is also same that is responsible for ejaculation and that's passage of semen. The female, however, is different because the canal, forgive me, that
the two different openings.
Two different openings, yeah. So you'd expect that it wouldn't be the same symptoms when we're referencing pain now.
So let me explain.
Please do.
Yes, for the man, the genital urinary system is one pipe, all the way from the back. It's just one pipe. So you have all your symptoms through that pipe.
Yes.
However, in a woman, there are two openings. There's a vaginal opening, right? And then there's a urethral opening.
Yep.
The interitus, which is the vaginal opening, that's where you feel the pain during sex. It's inside and in the lower abdomen. Right, those are signs, right, of PID, inflammation around that area. So there's pain everywhere. There's a lot of discomfort. But then when you pee from the other hole, that's where you have the pain, the sharp pains, usually a sharp pain.
So two different pains then, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, two different pains.
Oh, wow. Okay.
For the man, he won't have
one.
pain during, it's not known for men to have pain during ejaculation or sex.
If only it was a lot of different things would be different.
Things would be
in the
different, my
world.
dear sister.
things with
Unfortunately,
Jesus, let's stick to the script here, shall we?
so you have burning sensation in men, right? And then you have the pain on urination with women. It's more of a sharp pain. Yeah, that's
And
the
what
character.
exactly causes the pain? Is it the...
It's inflammation.
Inflammation
It's
and-
irritated.
Oh, okay.
It's inflamed. You know, there's sores. Yeah. So things like gonorrhea has. You also have pus.
Yes.
In gonorrhea, you have cream like pus coming out, right? And
when
for
you
women,
No, not when you pee.
resting penis, so just resting face.
Yeah, resting bitch face.
Mazino, you don't have to keep adding.
I wanted to. I said
Why
resting.
must you keep adding? No one is
I
asking
almost
you.
said that. I not said resting face.
Can you guys see it?
All right, let's just go on.
No, let's hopefully not hear you. I don't think they
Sure, they didn't. They wouldn't if you don't refer to it again. We'll just
Okay,
go like
let's
that.
move on.
Yeah.
So, where was I?
You said the green.
Yes.
Green purse or creamy purse.
Yes. Yeah.
So
And then,
is it every time you see that? Because I know that the male organ would also naturally have some sort of lubrication. So when do you differentiate that this lubrication is different from this one's purse, this one's lubrication?
I'm not aware that men
not-
resting, they'll just be
Lubricating
lubricating themselves just by themselves.
Mazino,
But-
is there something you want to tell us?
research, if you milk it, you will find that there is some sort of lubrication.
She said resting, not after being milked.
All right, let's
resting.
let's leave that alone. All right.
Okay. So other STDs, my goodness, Lagos. Other STDs, we've talked about chlamydia, we've talked about syphilis, we've talked about gonorrhea, HIV. We can go on and on and on about HIV.
Okay, so, and I also learned that if you have one STD,
Okay?
you should actually be, there's a fear of you having HIV. Is this true?
So it's not because HIV equals to other STDs,
But there's this
but because you've
likelihood.
exposed yourself to even having one, it's, you've increased your chance of having the others because you've exposed. It's equal exposure. Having one is equal exposure to having the other. I don't know if I made sense. What's going on?
Hawa is in the back.
At this point, you need to tell us what is tickling you.
And she's sniggering, and I can hear it.
It's because we are overdue for a break. We'll be right back.
Smooth health on the drive.
So Lagos, if you didn't know, now you know.
Stay tuned.
Smooth Health on the Drive in association with Avon HMO.
My name is Johnny Drew, and right now you're listening to Smooth 98.1.
My sweetheart. All right. You guys should let your aunt rest first before bombarding her with plenty talk. Wow, Bola, your kids are always vibrant. What's the secret, my dear? The secret is our family health plan from Avon HMO. Avon HMO? Yes, so since my husband bought the Avon HMO plan for our family, the burden of paying hospital bills and self-medication is completely removed from us. With their quick response and excellent service, we enjoy correct peace of mind. Sister. Well done, Mother of the year. I hear you.
Visit AvonHealthcare.com on your phone to buy your plan in just 3 easy steps. It's that fast and simple.
Avon HMO, empowering you to live healthier, fuller lives.
Now here's the thing.
This is what defines my day.
Excellence, intelligence, and great music.
Everybody who knows me knows that I'm very particular about the things that I love.
I love music, I love life, and of course, I love my radio.
For the simple reason.
It keeps me sane, it keeps me calm.
And of course, my therapist.
Like a friend.
Keep me company, that is.
And it just keeps me anchored. My radio, my dial.
Smooth 98.1.
Smooth health on the drive.
So Lagos, if you didn't know, now you know.
Stay tuned.
Smooth Health on the Drive in association with Avon HMO.
And Lagos, we're back here on the Smooth Drive, Smooth Health in association with Avon HMO. We have the good Dr. Chibuki in the studio with us. Dr. Chibuki, sorry for any kind of comments or sniggerings that might be happening. Mazzino and I are asking about STDs this evening. Well, we're not asking. Lagos has a lot of questions. Send them in 0809 444 0981.
Before you go any further, there was one revelation that happened inside of the break, Lagos, that you are not aware of. It kind of like brought us back to reality. Could you please repeat it about herpes again?
So herpes is another thing that we don't know so much about. We can go on and on about HIV/AIDS, but herpes is not something we talk about. And I don't know why. The incidence is quite high. You know, it's 85%.
Is it that there's
of adults?
Adults?
Have herpes. But I think herpes is characterized by sores, painful sores. You know, there's a herpes 1 and the herpes 2.
What's the difference?
Herpes simplex virus.
there's different
Yes, there are different strains. Even the HIV has different strains. The human papilloma virus has different strains.
So many questions.
Yeah.
So herpes 1 and 2 is characterized by what? One is
oral.
Oral.
Those oral sores is responsible for the oral sores you have on your mouth. That's why you shouldn't let people kiss your kids.
Oh yeah.
Just don't kiss nobody.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, you know, it's a cultural thing. How no, not baby. You know. So
why don't you kiss anybody?
I was actually.
Don't be over kissing. No,
don't be over kissing. A baby came through one time, and then someone I know actually picked up the baby, and I had to stop him and say, no, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
There are different social and cultural and health reasons why you shouldn't do that. I only just learned that recently myself. So that's herpes 1.
Yes.
And
herpes 2 is characterized by genital sores. So it's not just around your penis. Your whole genital area, so your vagina, sometimes inside the labia, inside your vaginal walls, your inner labia, your outer labia, your anus, your buttocks, your thigh.
So it's a lot of sores, not just one big festering.
No. So
you can manage
the sores, so the sores can be and there's no cure.
Okay, this is the incurable one. Okay.
You just have to manage it throughout your entire life.
Yeah, there are 3 very notorious incurable STDs.
Take a breath. Lagos, we're talking STDs today.
We are.
I had one question I really wanted to ask, but I'm just going to let you recover from that one first. But we're asking you to send in your messages to 080-9444-0981 if you have questions regarding STDs or UTIs, which I'm going to ask the doctor about in just about a bit. But you were saying something about...
Yeah, so I said there are 3 major culprits, right, that STDs that are incurable. That's HIV, the human simplex virus, and the human papilloma virus.
Okay.
So sorry, the herpes simplex virus and the human papilloma virus.
Okay.
We all start with a H.
HSV, HPV, HIV.
Right. They're all incurable, but they're all manageable. Right, the HIV today is very manageable.
Okay,
in fact,
drugs.
you can manage them and be treated for them to a level that is you can't detect the virus. It's there,
and you can't pass it on.
Yes, you can't pass it on, and you can't.
They have.
It's so
remember
low.
that MTV show Sugar? That's really what all of
they
this
were
was
preaching. So you could treat it and you reduce your viral load to a very minimal level that you can't detect it and you can't infect others. But you have to remain on that low. You have to continue.
Otherwise,
are you saying that they can have unprotected sexual intercourse?
Oh yes.
Whoa.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So
you need to watch MTV Sugar.
I need to.
You haven't seen people who married couples.
I know about that, but
that's what happens.
So that's it.
They call
yes.
It used to be very, very rare because I worked with a group of people, and this was what we were kind of like making awareness for. But back then it was really rare. Talking about 12 years ago, 13 years ago. But if you're telling me now that any regular person,
oh yes, and even a pregnant a woman who's HIV positive can have a baby.
Oh yeah, that
is negative. How do you think that happens?
I don't know.
You're not
that too.
But you've been able to suppress your viral load to very low levels so that you're not able to pass it on. So back to our herpes. Characterized by canker sores. They're called canker sores. They're crusty around the edges, right? Small sores. Very, very painful. Made worse when you pee. It'll really bleed. Just imagine pee is acidic, pouring it over
an open sore.
Very painful, right? So, and it could go from 1 sore to like 500 sores. Just imagine how bad it can be. And the first one...
Sorry, are the sores depending on your viral load? Like if you have a low viral load,
what happens is that if you're recently infected, that first outbreak of sores is really, really painful because your body has never been exposed to that virus, so it hasn't built enough immunity to fight the virus and keep the symptoms low. You get what I mean? So the second outbreak of sores is usually not as painful. Sores are not as much because your body has been able to pick up, fight against it, and that's what happens. So you have a very severe first one, you have a less severe second one, and the severity of your outbreaks reduce.
And then how often do those outbreaks happen?
From 0 to 100. Sometimes it can be every month, sometimes it can be every year, depending on how strong your immunity is. Yes.
All right, so we have some messages here. This one's from Chidoze. He says, can we contract STDs via oral? Knowing that most viral infections are transmitted through the mucous membrane, which is the mouth, is one of those.
Yes. So we had mentioned, Chidoze didn't start early. You can contact an STD. Yeah,
I'm gonna let you breathe for a second and turn your mic off so you can do all that breathing, because I think we got you got a frog in your throat a moment ago. But just take your time. So Lagos, quick reminder now, we're talking STDs and we're asking you ask your questions about them. Send it in 08094440991. The good doctor, you good?
Yeah.
All right, let's go then. So
talking about Chidoze's question, you can contact an STD from any orifice at all.
Like in
your mouth,
your
nose.
No.
Yes. No. We've talked about that now. Those are direct entries into your bloodstream now.
Okay, I get you.
Remember when I said any hole? These days you don't know.
Lung, for instance.
Yes. So there's some STDs that for example, syphilis, herpes. That's why a condom won't always work.
Say that one more time for those in the back who just...
Okay, for those of you at the back, condoms don't always work. Because you can, for example, in things like herpes, where you have open sores, all you need is just contact.
Yeah.
Even lice. I hope you know that pubic lice is an STD.
That's still a thing, lice?
Yes, it is a thing.
Crabs.
Yeah,
Is that different from... Oh, jeez.
That's crabs.
See, just make sure everyone douse them all in Lysol for it.
Really and truly, the safest way to protect yourself.
Become a nun.
No, of course not. But just don't sleep around anyhow indiscriminately. And before you engage in any sexual activity,
make them wash themselves.
No, how?
Go for a test.
Oh, that's even better.
When you're gisting, so what's your favorite food? Have you had an STI before? Can we go?
Do you think people are going to be honest?
Not necessarily. You don't have to. But at least if you can vouch for yourself and be honest.
Yeah.
Well, at the same time, not many people can handle that information.
Exactly.
So best go for testing together as a couple, right? If you want to have unprotected sex. However, that doesn't stop anything. Right? So you test yourselves together. Say, how am I, Martino? You test yourselves together.
You want us to start this laughing fit again?
So you go testing yourselves as a couple, but it doesn't guarantee what happens after
the test.
After the test,
yeah.
Right? Because there's ways that couples can turn up. One has an STD and the other one doesn't.
Yeah.
So
saying that at this juncture, I might add that we have a plan for couples in committed and serious relationships. That they can buy and would cover this STD screenings.
Oh, wow.
Screenings.
Yes,
okay.
Great.
That being said, I lost my thought there.
We're talking about couples.
Yeah, you were saying couples who have so it's very difficult.
Because someone would think that one was cheating on the other one, like we're both sleeping together.
I remember that I said for a long period of time, most times we don't have symptoms. So you might even have been the one to infect your partner, and his immunity was low at that point, and then he picked up. Yeah.
Is there any way? Just really quickly. Is there any way to test for an STD before you see the symptoms?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can test.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yes.
Okay. So I saw this episode of House once where the gentleman his wife had an STD and he didn't, or he claimed not to. And eventually he said, oh, I used the toilet at the airport the other day and might have just gotten something from there. Is that true? Is it possible?
It's a myth.
It's a myth.
Okay.
There's something we call it here in Nigeria. We call it toilet disease. There's no such thing as that.
Yeah.
So what you could possibly have, you could have an infection from the toilet, but that's because you use a dirty toilet. Remember that an STD is something you can get via any sexual activity. Now, what you could get is, say, UTI.
So what's the difference between
Exactly. What's a
and
STD?
An STD can cause a UTI. What is UTI? It's a urinary tract infection. Is that clear?
So your
my
urinary
answer
tract
is
is infected.
Exactly. So it could be from an STD, just like you have a PID. A PID is a pelvic inflammatory disease, which is a complication of an STD. I don't know if it's clear.
Because kids who are kids and haven't had sexual intercourse
have
can still have
UTIs.
UTIs.
Especially girls. It's commoner in girls because their urinary tract is very short.
Complicated.
No, it's very short. So the entryway is,
very close.
Very close. And a PID is also an ascending infection. So you can have a UTI that can ascend to a PID. I don't know if I'm...
Are you making perfect sense?
Okay.
Hand gestures and everything. Cruz has a message. She says, hey, hi, Ducky.
Hi, Cruz.
He says, is HVS an STD?
What's HVS?
Qu'est-ce que c'est HVS, please?
Oh, yes. So,
what is HVS?
So, herpes simplex virus?
No, he said HVS, so not HSV. Please, not VHS.
Which one
Please,
is it?
Cruz, clarify.
So, I don't know what he's talking about because HSV is high vaginal, HVS is high vaginal swab. So probably they were testing for a PID or something, or any other STD, because that's one of the tests you do to confirm if someone has an STD or not. You culture that area.
Okay. I think so, because he follows up with, how does the pH of the vagina help with one's immunity?
Yes. So thankfully, our vaginas are self-cleansing ovens, right? They clean themselves out. So in times where your vagina is highly acidic, it helps to ward off bacterial growth,
How
diseases.
do you know that your vagina is highly acidic?
Sure, eat well, exercise, really and truly.
Okay, so it's supposed to be acidic.
Yes, your body's supposed to be acidic. Yes, eat tomatoes. It's
pineapples.
You know what pineapple does for you, not this.
I do not know what. But
we didn't ask you, Mazino. How and I are talking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, cranberries, watermelon.
Cranberry juice.
Yeah, cranberry juice. Yeah.
Okay. Nonso wants to know. How should a woman clean? You know what, Nonso? You don't need to know this individual. That's woman's business.
Let's tell you
Nonso
now.
wants to know how a woman should clean her vagina for optimum.
So at this juncture, we might talk about it as well.
But Nonso is not a woman, so
I told you Nonso is not a woman.
He's about to answer.
Maybe he's asking for the people at the back. Maybe
He
some
is
babies at the
asking
back. So, like I said, the vagina is a self-cleaning oven, and you shouldn't, introduce any foreign objects into your vagina.
What about tampons?
Yes, that's very tricky. I'll come to that. So when you're washing, remember you're doing two things when you're washing. You're introducing a foreign body, which is your hand, and your chemicals that change the pH balance and make it susceptible to grow organisms that shouldn't really be there, because there are thousands of organisms there, thousands, but they keep a healthy, you keep a healthy flora. So when there's any balance tip in the pH of that area, you now start to develop infections. So you change the pH. Sometimes you make it too clean, and then when just there's a little infection, it takes over.
So is there a case for partners who are just meeting each other for the first time? Now they're foreign to each other, especially the woman who's having someone, what's the word? I can't find it.
You're feeling me, let's get felt?
No. What I mean is, let's say during the intercourse now, people have different bacteria themselves that they carry. And my question is would this be considered an STD? Because if you're introducing something foreign as
during the sexual activity,
which is the anatomy of the other person.
So things like hepatitis B and C is an STD.
Okay.
Because you can share and contact it via sexual activity because there's exchange of body fluids. Yes.
My question is still, this is kind of like a...
So maybe like a flu?
No, not a flu. I'm talking about the person himself. If you're introducing, if you're meeting a new partner, some people claim that once they meet a new partner that their bodies react to the person at least for the first few times, and then after that they kind of like balance out. So what is that? Is that
even Howard's face too is even saying, I don't quite understand.
You have some...
No, but this is the thing. This is something that I've seen in documentaries or even read in documentaries about new partners and the different things that happen. You know, so doctor, what?
I don't get it. I don't. So okay, so are you saying so from women? So some
if someone is
women
always complaining.
Wait now.
Let me try and get Mazino's question
Yes,
because I say something different
Okay,
here.
let me hear
So
it.
are we saying that when a man, so if a man meets a woman, are you saying the woman will feel some way after a while?
If it's a new partner, some people say, and from what I hear, they say, women say that they react, their body reacts.
It's not impossible. I don't know that anyway. Maybe they see it
There's
as
a
a
bunch of
foreign.
organisms
Exactly,
in there.
that's my point.
Maybe they see it as a foreign body.
Exactly.
That's and most likely during unprotected sex.
I don't know.
Does it not talk now?
I know.
You're the one that read and watched the
don't know.
documentaries and asking the question. Anyways, our time has come
Has it?
to an end.
No, how it isn't.
And gentlemen,
Are you
someone says
serious?
it's called the honeymoon bug.
That's
AJ from
exactly
Maryland
what it was.
says. That's
okay,
exactly for that one. Because Zeno was really sounding like he's implicating himself.
You should tell us.
Talking about his dirty wound. OG says...
One thing I hate about this show is how I would always say that each time I try to say something.
I will. Sorry, Mazzino. It's what I'm here for.
It's okay.
Thank you so much for coming in, Dr. Chibuki, man. Sorry we couldn't get to all your messages.
There's so much to say.
There's so much to say.
There's
There's so many things in my head. So many
I know.
things. Yeah.
Come in next Thursday. Let's do the same topic. Let's do a part 2 of it if possible, because I'm
a
sure.
lot of STDs
I
to
mean,
get
one
through.
question just came in regarding foreplay and whether it can cause STIs.
And you still haven't talked about washing out the hoo-ha the right way.
Yeah.
Naso wants to know.
There's so many questions.
Yeah, so water. Or just using plain water. So it might sound funny for the first few times, but yeah, just using water clears what should be cleared, just on the outer surface. And if you must use any soap,
let it be mild.
Mild bathroom soap, yeah.
All those
None of that
intimate wash that
douching.
they're
No
None of
douching,
that.
no feminine wash.
What do they call it? Steaming, where you
There's no need.
cook pretty much. Horrendous
no
stuff
need.
they make women do these
There's
days.
a million questions. Doctor, please come back next week. Let's do the same topic. We promise that for the first half we will not be sniggering in the background.
We will try. For all of you out there, please reach out to Avon HMO on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook at Avon HMO. Their email address is practicaltips@avonhealthcare.com, or you can visit them on www.avonhealthcare.com. Dr. Chibuki, have a wonderful evening.
Have a great one.
Have a wonderful evening, everybody.
We'll be looking forward to seeing you again next week.
Smooth Health on the Drive.
It's a global observation that helps raise people's awareness of
Health information and tips for optimal well-being.
how to prevent it, detect, or treat
Every
it.
Thursday at 5:15 p.m.
So Lagos, if you didn't know, now you know.
Smooth Health on the Drive, in association with Avon HMO.
This is Shay,
And you
are listening to Smooth 98.1.
It was really a proud moment when my sister Sarah told me she was starting her makeup business. I really wanted to help her start off well. So when she said to me,
Brother Tunji, shed body now and support my ministry.
I answered, the support you need now is an Avon HMO health plan.
An Avon HMO health plan?
Yes, dear. I explained that because her health is very important, with an Avon HMO health plan, she won't have to self-medicate or spend money on hospital bills. Finally, I said, I'll subscribe for you online and pay for the first year. But from next year, you'll renew it by yourself.
Hey, thank you, brother me.
Visit AvonHealthcare.com on your phone to buy your plan in just 3 easy steps. It's that fast and simple.
Avon HMO, empowering you to live healthier, fuller lives.